The morning I woke up feeling like a stranger in my own skin was the day everything shifted. Little did I know, my life was about to flip inside out. Ever had that spine-tingling moment when someone calls right as you think of them? That's just the beginning. Those bizarre coincidences, they're not random anymore. Think about it, those moments when life seems to line up in ways you can't explain. Like when you're stuck in thought about a friend, and suddenly, they call. Or when you see the same number everywhere you look. On clocks, receipts, even random license plates. These aren't accidents. They're signs. Subtle nudges from something greater, urging you to pay attention. And then, there's this sudden urge you can't ignore. The need to leave behind the life you thought was perfect. You've worked so hard to build it, yet something feels off. The things that used to make you happy now feel hollow. That picture-perfect job, the relationship, the routine. None of it satisfies the way it used to. It's like your soul is pulling you towards something you don't fully understand yet. What about that unexplainable knowing? The moments when your gut feels louder than your logic. You can't quite explain it, but deep down, you know when something's about to happen, or you sense things you used to overlook. It's like tuning into a new frequency. One that's been there all along, but now it's impossible to ignore. And here's the kicker time. Have you noticed how it feels different lately? Some days seem to stretch endlessly, while others vanish in the blink of an eye. It's not just your imagination, it's part of the transformation. Your 3 a.m. wake-ups aren't insomnia. They're a cosmic alarm clock, and here's what it means. It's 3 a.m. You're wide awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering why sleep feels like a distant memory. But here's the truth. You're not suffering from insomnia. This is your body's way of syncing up with something far beyond the physical. Those early morning wake-ups. It's as if the universe is saying, pay attention. It's time. And then there are those energy rushes. You're sitting quietly, minding your own business, and suddenly, a wave of energy courses through you. It's not just a random jolt. It's powerful, almost electric, leaving you both exhilarated and confused. This isn't caffeine. It's your body recalibrating to a higher vibration, preparing itself for the changes happening within. But let's talk about food, your body's new love-hate relationship with it. Foods you once craved now feel heavy, almost repellent. Meanwhile, you're suddenly drawn to lighter, simpler options, as if your body knows exactly what it needs to support this awakening. It's not about dieting, it's about alignment. And then, there are those strange sensations. Tingling in your hands, pressure around your head, or even a sense of floating. These are things nobody talks about, but they're happening. Your body is adjusting to an influx of energy, something it's never experienced before. What feels unusual now is actually part of the transformation that's been set in motion. Remember that friend who suddenly felt like a stranger? Here's the mind-bending reason why. One day, you're laughing with someone who's been in your life forever. The next, it's like there's a wall between you. The connection feels strained, forced, or even non-existent. It's not that they've changed. It's you. Your energy is shifting, and certain relationships that once fit like a glove now feel suffocating. And then there's your newfound intolerance for small talk. The weather, weekend plans, gossip, you can't stand it anymore. You crave depth, conversations about purpose, meaning, and the bigger picture. Surface-level chatter feels like static noise, draining you of energy you barely have to spare. But the most jarring part? Watching your old beliefs crumble. Ideas you once clung to for stability, about who you are, how the world works, or what life is supposed to be, start to feel wrong. It's terrifying at first, like losing the ground beneath your feet. But as the dust settles, you realize this isn't the end. It's the beginning of something truer. And suddenly, your past makes a different kind of sense. Those heartbreaks, the struggles, the moments that once felt unfair, they start to reveal their purpose. It's as if the puzzle pieces of your life are falling into place, showing you a picture you couldn't see before. That moment when reality feels like a dream isn't madness. It's actually a sign you're becoming more awake than ever. You've probably questioned your sanity more than once lately. The world feels unreal, like you're walking through a dream you can't quite wake up from. But this isn't madness. It's a sign that your perception is expanding. You're beginning to see beyond the surface of reality, stepping into a deeper understanding of what life truly is. Then there's your heightened sensitivity. Crowded spaces feel overwhelming, loud noises are unbearable, and even people's emotions seem amplified. It's not your imagination. You're becoming more attuned to the energy around you. This sensitivity can feel like a curse at first, but it's actually a gift in disguise. And have you noticed the patterns? Everywhere you look, there's meaning. Numbers repeat, symbols appear, and events unfold in ways that feel almost too perfect to be random. It's as if life is speaking to you in its own secret language, one you're only now beginning to decode. But perhaps the hardest part is the emotional roller coaster. One moment, you're filled with bliss and clarity. The next, you're hit by a wave of sadness or anxiety that seems to come out of nowhere. These emotional swings aren't a sign of instability. They're your soul clearing out old energy, making space for something new. What if I told you these weird experiences are actually your superpower activating? Here's the truth. Those strange, unexplainable experiences, they're not random and they're definitely not meaningless. Science is beginning to catch up with what spiritual traditions have known for centuries. The energy shifts, the sensations, the heightened awareness, it's all connected to the transformation of your consciousness. And here's something most people don't realize. The more you resist these changes, the stronger they become. Ignoring them won't make them go away. Fighting them only creates more chaos. But when you lean into them, something magical happens. You begin to uncover the hidden gifts buried beneath the confusion. Think about it. The gut feelings, the synchronicities, the emotional highs and lows, they're all clues. Clues that your intuition is sharpening, that your perception is evolving, that you're stepping into a version of yourself you never knew existed. These aren't just signs of change. They're signs of growth. So what's next? The beauty of this journey is that you don't have to force anything. Transformation isn't about doing more. It's about letting go. Trust the process, follow the signs, and let yourself be guided. The answers will come, not through effort, but through alignment. Right now, thousands of people are experiencing the same signs you are. Some will ignore them, others will fight them. But you're here, listening to this for a reason. Your soul's alarm clock is going off. And trust me, this is one wake-up call you won't want to hit snooze on. Embrace it, because the life waiting for you on the other side of this transformation is nothing short of extraordinary.